So are you thinking about, or are you making your next voiceover move? It may sound like a subtle distinction, but there's a huge gap, a huge chasm between thinking about and making your next voiceover move. Good morning, I'm Bill DeWeese, professional voiceover talent, voiceover coach, back in the studio after a week out of state, by the beach, working out on my mobile rig. Good to be back in my studio. It was great to be there, but it's good to be back in my own studio. It's always just more comfortable to be at home base. You know how that goes. By the way, I just want to make sure if you can hear me and see me okay, if you just make a note, because I took my iMac with me down to South Carolina. And so I brought it back and everything's hooked up, and I know I'm recording okay, but I just want to make sure that the stream, it looks like everything's going okay. Okay, good. So, and as always, love to know who you are, where you're watching or listening from in the chat, in the live stream chat, if you do that. So what prompted this video is a message I received, or actually it wasn't a message I received, but it was a post that was made by one of the newer members of my VoiceOver Blueprint program. And let me just say quickly, if you're interested in getting into the deep dive of voiceover training, coaching, mentoring, the first link in the description below will take you to the website that will give you all of the information that you need. But this Michelle, she's a newer member, and she made this post last night, and I loved it. She says, "Hello, everyone. My current full-time job is sapping all my energy, which is one reason I need to leave it. Even though I'm not ever done anything like this before, I know I want to make VO my full-time career. I just want to let Bill DeWeese and y'all know that you're providing the kick in my ass I need to make it a reality. Otherwise, I'll still be in exactly the same unfulfilling, soul-sucking place 5 years from now. I have my ISO booth set up. I'm transcribing some commercials for my first DIY demo. My goal, and here, highlight this part, my goal is to get those recorded and my profiles set up on some free sites this weekend. Thanks for all the information and inspiration so far." There's a lot going on here. Michelle got into the blueprint because, as she put it, her full-time job is sapping all of her energy, and she'll still be in the same soul-sucking job was the term. Yes, soul-sucking place 5 years from now if she didn't do something different. So she made the commitment to do something different. But a lot of people make a commitment initially to do something, so they sign up for something. For instance, the VoiceOver Blueprint. And then once the sign-up has happened, feel like, okay, now I've done what I need to do. Well, that just puts you through the front door so that you can now begin the real work. And the real work begins with the first step, which is getting your studio set up, getting your audio right, and then start working on your DIY demos so that you can begin marketing yourself. And that's what I love about her post. My goal is to get those recorded and my profile set up on free sites this weekend. She posted it 2 days ago, and I'm willing to bet right now that it is set up and ready to go. Are you thinking about your next move? Are you contemplating, researching, talking to other people about, trying to get their input about, or just getting frustrated, feeling like what you're doing is not good enough, so you're going back and you're doing it again and again and again? Or are you making your next move? A couple of thoughts here. Number one, nothing's ever perfect. There will never be a point in your voiceover career where you've reached the epitome, you're there. Nobody ever gets there. You are where you're at, and you start where you're at. And action trumps non-action every single time, even if it's not perfect. I know somebody who says that done is better than perfect. Well, I do believe in doing things right. I don't think you should do things, slipshod and half thought through. But once you make that decision, things are never going to be perfect. You have to make the first move. And Michelle understands that getting her audio right, and she mentioned in her post, she got that set up. She was good to go there, which is great. The next step in that process is creating your DIY demo. She was in the midst of transcribing those commercials as she wrote it, with the intent of having those demos recorded by the end of the weekend so that she could set up on free platforms like ACX, Fiverr, Upwork, and such. And when she said that, I just thought, good for you, because you're overcoming the thing that probably trips up 95% of everybody who gets involved in voiceover, is that they're still thinking about. chewing on, meditating on, talking to other people about, well, let me just look up one more website. Let me talk to one more person instead of just doing it. The worst thing that could happen is that things don't go exactly like you planned, which, by the way, they rarely ever do go as any of us plan. But you're going to learn something, and you've started the process. Because I guarantee you this, nothing will happen if you keep thinking about it, if you keep studying it, if you keep contemplating it. Nothing will ever happen. When you move forward, sure, you're going to stub your toe. I do, we all do. That's just part of the process. And you're going to feel awkward and incompetent because you're in the learning process, but you're moving forward. And just like a shark, as a voiceover talent, if you're not moving forward, you will die. When sharks stop swimming, they die. They've got to keep the movement going. And that's the same with you. You've got to keep moving forward. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be pretty, but you have to move forward. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in the same soul-sucking place 5 years from now that you are now. Now, I don't know that your situation is exactly like Michelle's, but I assume that by the fact that you're here, that you're wanting something more. There's something about your situation now that doesn't meet 100% with your expectations of where you want to be. So I guess my plea to you this morning is to stop thinking about and just make it happen. Even with this channel, with I think nearly 900 videos now, you have no excuse not to take action. I know this is not the blueprint, this is not the comprehensive deep dive, but there's enough information to get you going. Get going today. Not tonight, not tomorrow after you've had some more time to think about it. Get going on it today. What is the first step that you can do today to move you toward your goal in voiceover? Sometimes I know we all just need a little kick in the backside, a little push forward. This is my push forward because, again, if you don't move forward, nothing ever changes. And I don't want to see you to be part of the 95% who just get stuck in limbo of something you don't know what to do. It's just you're afraid to do it. I understand it, of course. Anything new is terrifying for anyone. And it just that's life. But unless you act regardless of the fear, it just doesn't change. And that's why most people stay where they're at. So thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Thanks for checking in on the live stream. Again, let me know your name, where you're watching and listening from this morning. Oh, that Michigan cherry coffee is good this morning. It is so cold. Oh, man, at least here in the Midwest. Yikes. I know some of you guys, especially like in the New York area, are dealing with a lot, and my hearts go out to you. That can be tough stuff. Fun for the kids, not so much for the adults. Carl Lynn first to check in this morning from Lake Como, Italy. Good morning, Carl Lynn. Janet in Florida. Hey there, Steve in Bucyrus, Ohio. Thank you, Steve. Hey, Amanda, good morning to you in Alabama. John, what's up on the west side of Chicago? Darren, hello from Shropshire and United Kingdom. Good morning, Darren. Hey, Tim in Altoona, what's going on? Darren's asking, is it snowing here? It's not. Excuse me. At least not yet. I don't think there was snow last week, but I don't think there's any snow in the forecast for this week. I don't think. And don't get me wrong. Love snow on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Those 2 days of the year, I'm all for snow. All about it. Makes me happy. Outside of that, not to be a Scrooge, but not so much. Sandra in Dallas-Fort Worth. Rusty in the UP of Michigan. Glad to see I made it home safe. Thank you, Rusty. Hey, John. Good morning. Jason in Mobile, Alabama. Susan from New Jersey. And Carlin reports that all is clear in Lake Como, Italy. Neil in Fairfield. Welcome back to my winter reality. Yeah, man, so cold. But it's a good excuse to turn on get the fireplace going, so that's good. Michael, what's up in Chicago? Ashanti, good morning in Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you very much. Ahmed in Ireland. Thanks for being on the live stream today. Benjamin, Reading, Pennsylvania. Robert, Phoenix. Gertie in cloudy Belgium this afternoon. Hey, Gertie, thanks for being here. David, what's going on in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada? Patricia from Buffalo. Yeah, I guess you guys are digging out from all that snow today. Will, hello to you in Port Norris, New Jersey. Grosnett from East Tennessee. John in Fort Wayne. Hey, Ty, what's going on in Warsaw, Indiana? Cara in Florida, good morning. Scott from Dayton, OHIO. Yes, how about those Buckeyes? It's been an interesting year in college football. Robert just started on Mallory's Fiverr class. Awesome. And for those of you who want to find out more about that, it is MalloryFiverrTraining.com. I had to think about that. MalloryFiverrTraining.com. Hey, Aaron, what's going on in Boston? Aisha. I love those Sam Adams commercials, by the way. Love them. They're some of my favorites. Let's see here. Aisha and Racine, good morning. Thank you. Hey, Barb, what's up in Ann Arbor? Grosner says, that's been me for the past 10 years, thinking about it. And, I'm not here to berate you or to beat you up over it. I get it. I mean, there's things in my life that I've done that too. But I just know from experience that the longer you wait, the easier it is to wait and to wait. And, I run into people all the time and hear from people all the time that have been getting ready for, the past decade or more. But if you want to do it, do it. Do something and start today, not tomorrow, start today. Because that first step, once you overcome inertia, it gets easier. Not to say that things are easy. I mean, there are always challenges. Learning anything new it takes work. We all know that. I know we wish the things would just happen magically, but they don't. They happen because we overcome our fears, our insecurities, and we move forward. And I know you guys can do that. Mapula, good afternoon to you in Rustenburg, South Africa. Hey, Susan. Her mantra is stay in perpetual motion. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. And an amen to that. Philip in Tokyo, what's going on? Let's see here. Michelle in Indianapolis. Ahmed, hello there. Mark in Wilmington, North Carolina. Patricia, the snow has kept me home so lots of times to do more voiceover work. All right, there you go. Gwen in Jackson, Tennessee. Dee around in the Toledo, Ohio area. Good morning. Zarafael. Good morning from Sweden. And if I messed up your name, I'm so sorry. But so glad to have you watching this afternoon in Sweden. Joe is in morning standstill traffic in Miami. Whoa, so sorry about that. He had the pleasure of working with Alex the other day. Extremely informative and easy to work with. I'm now working on my demo. All right. Awesome. For those of you who need help technically to learn how to operate your DAW or to get the best audio and sound, alex@builddeweese.com. Hello in Germany. Brian, good morning. Tim, what's going on? Okay. And let's see here. We don't need that on there. Looks like I'm being attacked by one of those bots who wants to put all kinds of inappropriate stuff up there. Okay, Brian in Indianapolis. I'm glad to have everybody on the stream. Not so much that kind of stuff. Brian, so glad to have you here this morning. Thanks again. And Tina in Covington, Georgia. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday, a great week, and I look forward to being back with you tomorrow morning. Have a great day.